New discoveries about Neanderthals that changed everything for decades. Neanderthals were portrayed as primitive, clumsy, cave dwellers and evolutionary dead end that couldn't compete with modern humans. But that old stereotype has crumbled in recent years. Thanks to groundbreaking discoveries in archaeology, genetics, and anthropology, we now know that Neanderthals were far more advanced, intelligent, and human than we ever imagined. One of the biggest revelations came from their DNA. In 2010, scientists successfully sequenced the Neanderthal genome. The results shocked the world. It turned out that Neanderthals didn't just vanish, they interbred with Homo sapiens. Most people today, especially those of non-African descent, carry between 1% and 2% Neanderthal DNA. That changed everything. Suddenly, Neanderthals weren't just ancient relatives, they were part of us. This genetic legacy revealed more than just ancestry. Some of our traits, such as how we respond to viruses, our skin tone, and even our sleep patterns can be traced back to Neanderthal DNA. In other words, they left a lasting mark, not just on our past, but on our present biology. But the surprises didn't stop there. Archaeologists began uncovering evidence that Neanderthals had a rich culture. In caves in Spain, researchers discovered red pigment, symbols, and hand stencils dating back over 60,000 years. These were likely made by Neanderthals, not modern humans. That means they were capable of symbolic thought, and maybe even early art. Other findings showed they buried their dead carefully and intentionally. In some cases, graves included tools, animal bones, or flowers. That suggests they had a concept of ritual or remembrance. These weren't thoughtless brutes, they had emotions, traditions, and possibly beliefs. Neanderthals were also clever toolmakers. They created sophisticated stone tools and weapons using techniques that required planning and skill. Some tools were glued together using natural resins, a process that involved fire and timing. That shows they understood chemistry at a practical level. Even their diets surprised scientists. It was once believed that Neanderthals ate mostly meat, but fossilized dental plaque revealed bits of cooked plants, nuts, and even medicinal herbs. This means they had knowledge of their environment and made conscious choices about what they ate. One more surprising discovery: Neanderthals may have used spoken language. While we can't hear their voices, the shape of their vocal tracts, and the presence of a speech-related gene FOXP2, suggest they were capable of producing complex sounds, possibly even early forms of language. Altogether, these discoveries have transformed our image of Neanderthals. They weren't slow or stupid. They were intelligent, adaptable, and deeply human in their behavior. They survived for hundreds of thousands of years in some of the toughest environments on Earth. And though they eventually disappeared, their legacy lives on. Not just in our DNA, but in the new story we're telling. A story that respects them not as failed humans, but as another branch of our family tree. A branch that still echoes in who we are today.